Everybody, we are back from break for more Dungeon of the Mad Mage. When we left our heroes, the party had split briefly to have two conversations. One with Culp and the Hydra Zetlal, in which Matashtai perhaps sussed out that not everything was going well with Zetlal, and perhaps Zetlal was not Zetlal anymore. And then Ezrah and Bones had a conversation with Izu, or they had a watch session with Izu where they just watched Izu for like 15 minutes and then let her convulse and bleed from her mouth, and then they had a interesting conversation afterwards where she threw out a very ambitious plan to trap her patron as a sacrifice for one of the soul jars. So, as we fade back into the scene, we are actually fading back into Matashtai and Ashes with Risk and Culp speaking to Zetlal. So, what is happening there?
So yeah, I think the last thing she said was like, yeah, you can count on me to be there for the Scourges, right?
Yep.
And then I was like, all right, well, cool. It's nice talking with you. We're gonna head on out then.
Okay. The head stares at you suspiciously.
Which
and
ones?
It hisses as you turn to walk away.
Oh, sorry, did you still want to chat?
And as you kind of like turn back, like the head just kind of like turns away and pulls back in like a kind of like manner, like a I don't know what you're talking about kind of manner.
We'll be in touch with the plan soon.
Culp looks
Make sure
at
you
you
get some
like
rest for the fight.
very, very like
I give him a wink.
Unsure, confused, right?
Come on.
And then you know, he and Risk will follow you out. So you leave.
Okay, once we get out of the chamber and out of earshot, I'm like, all right, something's up. All right. So I got an idea. So based on the timeline, I don't know, but I think that Zetlal is possessed by something. And if I had to guess, it's something that all the other spirits were afraid of back in the temple. The thing that was binding all the other spirits. So, I have an idea to see if I can maybe see if it's actually there. I'm going to try and go ethereal and see if I can see the soul ghostly spirit that's possessing Zetlal. Maybe? I don't know.
And Culp's like, as soon as you start talking about like, oh, it might have been the thing from the temple, Culp gulps, right? Like visibly like concerned, like you mean it was with me and then it jumped to her?
I don't know that you carried it. It might have just went straight to her.
How else would that have happened?
I mean,
big ass snake thing found other large snake-like thing. It probably was like.
I don't think it probably traveled to here all on its own.
Yeah, I don't think it works like a parasite type thing where it's like, take me to your leader.
He seems very like unsure, unconvinced by your argument.
Yeah.
Right.
But
This one's not you. This one's not on you, Cole. Don't worry about it.
I mean, I'll stay here and talk to him. Matt, you.
So, like Ashes is in the process of being like, okay, Matt, go do your thing, right? And as that happened, Risk kind of like touches your arm, Matt, and he says, "What happens if you see the thing in the ethereal?"
And then I come back.
What happens
and
if
we
it
make a
sees
plan.
you?
I'm gonna try and not let it do that. We gotta confirm it somehow, Risk. Sometimes you gotta take a risk.
Take me where?
Take me away.
I always forget he's the Drax of the group.
Yep.
Things don't go over his head. He is fast. He will catch them.
He is quick. He would catch them. All right. And with that, I crack my staff on the ground. Shazam! And I go ethereal.
You Shazam? Is that what happens? All right.
Yep.
Okay. Matashtai, boom, is gone. Matashtai goes ethereal, and Culp immediately, like Ashes next to you. Culp is like, oh no.
It's fine.
Like,
it's gonna be fine.
We've done real nervous. We've
done way stupider shit in the past. This is nothing. He'll be fine.
Now I need you to cue the Pink Panther theme.
Okay. Everyone start.
And I start. I don't know how sneaking in the ethereal plane works. I'm pretty sure it's just like open, but I don't know.
I mean, so when you go into the ethereal plane, you like, I mean, it's everything goes like grayscale on you, right? Like, and
Yeah.
it's this kind of like stretchy. It's not like foggy per se, but like everything blurs. Like every creature that moves kind of like stretches and pulls. It's almost kind of like rotoscope or whatever, right? Like where the things kind of like tear and pull on the actual kind of like moving objects and things like that. But it's all, there's no color to it. It's all just grays. And the other thing that's very strange is it's quiet, right? I believe do you still hear things from the material realm?
I think I do. Like I can.
I think you do as well.
And hear things on the material realm, but they can't do the reverse.
Yeah, but it's a
double check,
very
though.
clear like distinction, right? Like where you are at is eerily silent, and it's like there is a source of sound, right? That is coming from.
You can see and hear the plane you originated from.
That is coming from the material realm, but like you can very easily distinguish that the things that you're hearing are not where you are at, right? So it's very disconcerting. Regardless, though, I mean, like your mobility, your movement. This isn't like the astral sea. Your mobility is exactly what it is previously, right? Just that there is no hindrance from the material realm placed upon you in conceptual like movement here, right? So like you can just move through things because there are no actual solid obstacles here.
Then what I'm going to do, since it's all grayscale, I'm going to try and like completely cover myself in my cloak so I'm one uniform color.
Okay. Gotcha.
And then I'm going to try and sneak back over towards where Zetlal was.
Okay. Are you just going back through the passage, or are you gonna try to like no clip through the fucking wall?
I was gonna say, I think I
like,
can no clip through
like,
if I want.
Like what? So exactly, I'm like, how do you want to go about this? Yeah.
Okay. So here's my. I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna no clip through the wall. I'm gonna travel over here.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep on traveling. I'm gonna travel through here. I'm gonna go over here. And then I'm gonna poke my head out right here. And see if I can get a glimpse of Zetlal. I wanna poke out just my head though, like Mirio. Just like
Okay.
Just for that, Matt has these two big black dots.
black dot eyes.
Okay. Wait a momento. I was not prepared for this.
Uh-oh. Got him.
Got him.
Okay, yeah. Matashtai, you see the bulk of the Hydra is now underwater, right? No, there's no creature in here, so the Hydra's sunk down into the pool. There are two heads that are out. One just kind of like lazily floating on the surface, and one that's kind of like up and slowly kind of like turning about, looking, almost as if like a periscope on a submarine, right? And you see it plain as day, kind of draped over the mass of the Hydra is an immense serpentine form with many heads, and the heads that you can see kind of mirror the position of the Hydra's heads at this current point in time. There is some sort of spectral visage overlaying the Hydras.
Okay. Let me think here.
While
Okay.
Matt's doing that, oh, you got something?
No, I think I have reconned what I wished to recon. I am
That's
going to return.
Wonderful. Roll me a stealth check with advantage.
Okay.
Baba.
Stealth. It's okay.
As you are kind of taking this all in, right? The spectral head that's kind of like attached to the periscoping Hydra head, it suddenly spins the other direction and looks in your direction, and you like back into the wall, right? You're not sure if it saw you or not.
Okay, I take the long route back. Just staying in walls.
Okay. All right. Long route back,
then
staying in walls.
And then I attempt to get back to the group.
Ashes, Matashtai has been gone for a few minutes. What are you doing in the meantime?
So I want to start like getting some information specifically. Risk is there clerics among your ranks? Anybody that practices, kind of like the more healing aspect. I ask because I have had experiences with clerics before, and they're able to kind of like deal with evil presences. If there is a
He
way to
points
maybe
at Culp. Culp is the shaman of the tribe, and there's what Culp would describe as like the promise of adherence, right? Like there are others who have shown like the potential to go that path if they so wished, but that is not something that they have explored under the previous regime, right, of Yerk. So Culp's it right now, basically.
All right.
Culp is the kind of like cleric or shaman of the Blacktongue tribe. Izu is the warlock, and that's pretty much it for magical prowess.
Cole, what spells do you have prepared?
He's like, huh? What? Culp generally has basic things that are helpful to the tribe as a whole, right? The ability to heal minor wounds, right? To purify food and drink for the tribe, to cure the tribe of, ailments and diseases and things like that. And he has a little bit of like a very little bit of like divination, right? Like he can like consult it's not for him, it's not the bones, right? But it would be the equivalent of like consulting the bones.
That to me sounds like, mechanically speaking, not the highest level.
Oh no,
cleric in
he's
the
not.
world.
Absolutely not.
We're talking definitely single digits, probably low. So,
Culp is not on the same level as the new generation. And the new generation is not on the same level as you guys are.
fair. Okay. All right. Well, I think that might kind of throw out what plans I might have had. So we'll just wait for Matt to get back, and then we'll make a more decisive decision.
Sure, absolutely. It is actually not Matashtai that returns to you first. It is Bones and Ezra that return to you first. So
Hey.
as you are waiting for Matashtai to arrive, Ezra and Bones show back up.
Hey, what's up?
We may have a unwanted soul amongst us.
Neat. Do they want to go in a jar?
If we could put them in a jar, I would be glad to do so. And then I'll explain to them that we think that Zetwall might be possessed.
Neat.
But I don't know, like...
With a flourish, I return. D-Shazam!
Oh god! Whoa!
D-Shazam!
He yells that too. D-Shazam!
You startle every other bullywug in this fucking spawning.
Yerk died of
chamber.
a heart attack. You killed Yerk. Or not Yerk.
You mean Culp?
I mean,
yeah.
that also happened, yes, but...
You guys, let's chat. Kind of give them away from the rest of the
I mean,
bullywugs.
you guys have been doing. You guys ignore where you're actually placed and where other people
Okay.
are right now. People are moving. They're milling about. They're preparing for war. You guys are given your privacy.
Yeah, definitely possessed. Definitely.
And it's going to be a spirit from the temple, right? Like one of the...
Pretty certain. Very snake-like.
Alright. So, Bones actually made kind of an interesting comment. Like, one of the jars is already utilizing the soul from the temple. One got away. Maybe we could utilize that. Maybe use the jar to, be like, Luigi's Mansion, vacuum it into the jar.
Sounds like a great plan. How would we do that?
I don't know.
I also, maybe ask it if it just wants to go in the jar.
I'm not an expert,
Alright.
but it seems pretty happy about where it is right now.
Neat.
I like if I were a rogue soul and I had to choose between living in a jar or living in a controllable Hydra body, the latter.
Anyone want to die, turn into a ghost, and then try to possess Zetlal as their new character?
I am considering it.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh fuck! Welcome to D&D.
I'm not like opposed to it.
So, brainstorm sesh. How do we get that soul into a jar?
Ask it real nice.
Okay, that's one option. Let's pull out the imaginary chalkboard. Ask it nice. All right, we got ask it nice. What else we got?
I don't know if this is a magical binding, but in theory I could dispel the magic. If
Dispel
that
the
is
magic. All right. What else we got?
That's not bad, actually. I mean, I don't know. Dispel and coercion seem like it.
We're just brainstorming. Don't want to do this. We could beat the soul out of Zetlal.
Right. If it came to it, sure, but I
Again,
kind of
don't want to
feel
do
like
it.
it's not going to be a good idea
We
to
could do that.
cause
Culp is
physical
just over
harm.
there frowning at that suggestion real hard.
This is just a brainstorming session. Just get them all on the table, and we'll talk through
Oh,
them.
your ass is not involved in the brainstorming.
All right. So one
Culp
of our
is not
options
involved
is
in the
to
brainstorming. You're kicking
be
Culp
old.
hand
out.
over
Be old
The
elsewhere.
Rosellans so that we can get the title of Saintly Seven. Right.
What?
I don't
He's-
understand.
he's-
that
I
he's
don't know this
taunting me.
reference at all.
I'm trying to
This
upset
triangle
Jeremy.
strategy, he's taunting me.
No, it's specifically to upset Jeremy.
All right, so we got coerce, dispel, beat the Christ out of.
So just for
Um,
clarity,
Why do
you
we
guys,
deal with
you're
this at all?
excluding Risk and Culp from this
No,
conversation.
we are not excluding them.
I guess not.
Is Izu here?
Nope.
Izu did not return with Ezra and Bones.
Bones
You
scared
see-
her away.
No, we had a great talk.
I'll have
She
one
just-
mission.
I mean,
She
we
just-
brought her back. She just didn't come back here with us.
She just didn't want to
Not
walk the
bringing
same
her back,
direction.
then, is it?
It was awkward because we were going the same direction.
You found her. You did not bring her back.
She's in the tribe. She's just not here.
All right, spread out. We got to find Izu. Maybe she got an idea.
Yeah, where'd
Yeah,
she go?
from this.
It's not going to be a difficult. I mean, if that's what you guys want to do, it's not a difficult task to now track down Izu. You just kind of like ask around, and you find her in the next 5 minutes. She's over near the hut by the carrion crawlers. And when you find her, she looks to be cleaning herself up a little more than when Ezra and Bones had left her, basically.
Oh,
Izu.
hey, Izu! Yeah, nice to see you.
We're having a brainstorming session. Come on.
She just kind of like narrows her eyes at Bones and Ezra and sighs.
What's going on? Come on, we got ideas.
Yeah,
Come
come on.
on, where, you came to me. Idea me here.
Yeah, and we're trying to tell you to come with us.
Well-
Culp and Risk are back there.
We have a whiteboard set up.
Did you
We have a
just tell
whiteboard.
Culp and Whisk wait here while we go find Izu?
Yeah,
Oh, she's
because
just
we
like
spread out.
she's so fed up with your shit. She just like she fucking marches her ass over to the spawning pool with you.
Probably should have mentioned that I more or less berated her into talking with me. So
I don't know
there's
that's
that.
the path I ought to taken, but here we are. All right. All right, we get her back, and like I point at the whiteboard. I said, "This is what we got
Where
so
the
far."
fuck did you
Oh,
get a whiteboard?
We set a whiteboard
Magic.
up.
It's a magical whiteboard.
Yeah? Did you just pull that out of your bag?
Yes, you
Okay.
can deduct my money. How much does a magical whiteboard cost?
A magical whiteboard. We're gonna say 1,000 gold.
Deal. Take my money.
Deal. Take my money. Get the fuck out of here. All right, you have something that you are writing ideas upon. Magical whiteboard. All right, cool. What's
Magical
happening
dry
now?
erase too.
So yeah. Oh, to get you caught up to speed, Izu, Zetlal, possessed by something, large snake spirit thing. I think it came from the temple.
She got her eyes kind of widen. She looks at Culp. And she says, "How are you feeling?" And there's like a almost kind of quiet exchange there.
Give them time.
And she kind of sighs. And she says, "Okay." And
We're currently brainstorming, trying to find a way to take said soul and make it capture the last scourge that we're worried about.
she looks at Bones. And she just kind of like she doesn't have eyebrows, but she's got eye ridges. Right? She just kind of like raises an eye ridge at Bones.
What?
And
She just says,
so.
"What do
I
you
know
think
Snitch.
my idea will be?"
Are you talking to me or are you talking to Bones?
She's talking to Bones.
What do you think your idea will be for this situation?
Yeah, she says to Bones, "What do you think my idea will be?"
To get the soul, the thing possessing Zetlala? I don't know.
Take a shard, take the candle, take the jar, and bind the
that's
fucker.
Sounds like a pretty good plan.
And Culp just looks mortified by this idea. Just absolutely mortified by this idea.
Wait, did I miss something? Are we worried this is going to take Zetlaw's soul?
No, absolutely not.
Culp starts to like freak out and hyperventilate. That had not even occurred to Culp as a potential, and now he's like,
No. All right, hold on.
Relax.
Like it takes a good like
him.
2 or 3 minutes to like calm Culp down. And Izu's just like looking at you, Matashtai, out of Culp's eye shot, right? Like just like looking at you, like what the fuck?
I didn't know what you were talking about. I don't do magic, except for the
You do.
Shazam thing. It's like a one thing I do.
You got alien magic.
I don't do magic.
if we were famous, like legitimately, if we were famous and we had like merchandise, alien magic would be a t-shirt. It absolutely would.
It
Right?
absolutely
Like
would.
alien magic with probably with Mitch's unhappy face on it would be a fucking t-shirt.
And Valena smiling.
Yeah. All right.
Like the drama mask.
Okay. So the idea. So hold on. We gotta put this on the board. Idea 4. Piece of pandemonium stone in face. Suck up soul like Luigi's Mansion.
Well,
Hold on. How do we make the stone suck up a soul like Luigi's Mansion?
I mean, that's how the previous jar worked. Like, it sucked up nearly every soul in the temple, minus this one stray one.
Oh, those are
I
pretty.
think this one's the big bad one.
Yeah,
I think this is the one that bound all the other ones.
Priestess.
I don't know about all that. I don't think it can work without her.
You know, the ritual.
Yeah. Wasn't that the whole thing? Can't work without.
Well, I mean, I think the idea was we bring the ritual to here. Like, we bring the jar, the candle, well, I'm assuming the shard. We're not gonna, ask that. So if they want to provide a shard, we'll use that.
Are you able to carry the contraption that gets the wax into the jar ashes?
I think isn't that gravity?
Izu just kind of like gestures to ashes and looks at Bones like.
So you're just gonna hold the candle so the hot wax.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
At least he's willing to take some risks. Risk goes.
Yeah, you're right.
Where are we
Actually,
taking me?
Actually, we should do it right now. Let's do it. I sure hope it just doesn't all break.
Yeah,
Oh, I don't have an area for timeline yet. Okay, timeline now.
And
Anyone
leave
else got
something
ideas?
half done. I look back at her.
Look,
She says, "You know
Well,
what?
that's a good
If
idea,
this
but I'll put it on
all
the label,
goes
not
really
done."
poorly and one of us dies, not saying who I hope it is, then we'll have a willing soul."
right. So the thing is, if it doesn't work, it's not like everything explodes, right?
She kind of shrugs.
We
you
still
don't know
have the
that.
candle.
Well,
We still have the
Like,
face.
that has been like determined earlier. It's
Probably.
like, the candle does not deplete, and
Yeah, but you haven't taken the candle away from the altar and the sanctum. That's
Right. How
what
big is
that's
it?
what
Like,
Bones
are
is
we-
saying.
is it
Bones is
like-
saying like you take that shit outside, and I think Ezra was kind of like in that camp too. Is if you take the stuff away from the temple, not only is there a question mark on whether or not it works, there's a question mark on whether or not it will work when you put it back.
Look, I mean, I'm all for sitting here talking out 50 other possibilities, but it's been my experience that people get antsy when we don't do something. So this is the best something that we've got.
I don't know that we're going to be able to convince Ghost Snick to go back to the temple under pretty much any circumstance.
Yeah, no. Now, so we can get the Luigi's Mansion vacuum cleaner.
Hey, Zetlaw, want to go hang out at the temple today?
Okay. All right.
Now,
Yeah,
let's
you're doing
just
that.
like trick Zetwall to going to the temple, or the not Zetwall, but I don't know what on earth would be bait.
I don't know. Y'all being exhausting.
We could beat the last scourge into submission, drag its nearly dead body to the temple, tell Zetlaw the last scourge is at the temple and it can execute it, and then Zetlaw goes to the temple, and at that point we Luigi's Mansion the soul in.
Oh, which soul at that
Mario.
point? Both souls?
All the souls.
My God.
Yeah, it's not like the first jar doesn't have a multitude of souls in it.
Oh goodness. All right.
But I mean, I
right.
am absolutely still willing to discuss other options if that is what we'd like to do.
See here, let me see. View some notes. I'm reviewing notes.
Are you actually on like a?
That'd be
can almost
great if
see
he
your monitor
was.
through your glasses.
I suppose.
I don't know. I don't know that we have to do it at the temple. I say we give it a try.
I mean, worst case scenario, nothing happens to the candle.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And well, worst case scenario, if something does happen to the candle, it's gone forever, and we're pretty much at where we're at anyway. Going
Then
into
it's
the last
back
battle.
to the lobotomy tactic.
They're
I
good.
just want it to go on record, not for lobotomy, not for it.
I didn't realize that was
I'm-
actually on the
I'm
table.
pretty
Yeah,
sure I can make
Valena
it
kind of like
happen.
talks in your mind. He just says, "I agree with you. That seems a little much."
I'm more sure than not that I can make it happen.
I think actually
Not for it.
Zalara, in Ashes in your head, Zalara's like, I don't know. I think Bones could do it.
Well, my only concern is like if you fuck it up, it kills the creature, and then the creature respawns.
Then we get another shot. What do you mean?
What do you mean you get another shot? No, I need another shot. We're gonna be leaving here. We don't want these to get away and be able to recuperate and then come kill all our frog friends.
We just wait a day or two and then we kill it again, and I get to try again.
He has a point.
This is the rest of our lives.
Just
All right.
you spend like 30 days killing Sarah Kath over and over and over again,
Dude, that's
trying
how
to
you grind.
lobotomize her.
Hey, there is grinding in 5e.
I don't think it'll take more than
Find
I
a
don't
spirit
know.
Naga, kill it, come back, kill it, come back, kill it,
Yeah.
rinse and repeat.
I don't
Oh
think
my
it'll
God.
take more than like 5 times at most for me to
It's
get
like
it
a
right.
Dormammu scenario. The spirit Naga like respawns and you're just standing there and it's just like, no, no.
Please not again.
I'm sorry. I want to die.
Oh fuck.
Can we just fast forward through that part like they do in the movie?
We just give the spirit
Oh,
Naga mental illness, so it no longer wants to live in this slither
Goodness
swamp.
gracious.
That's correct. Mental illness.
Okay, so Are you guys actually enacting this plan? Like, what's happening?
I put it to a vote, and specifically I look at the bullywugs
Because this is going to require another fragment of the spawning.
Izu, Bones specifically, and Ezra, right? Because you guys were involved in the conversation with her. You see her sigh, right? Like she wanted to try a different thing, but she votes yes, right? Culp. I mean, Culp hasn't been influenced one way or another, and he's still terrified at the potential of Zetlal's soul being forfeit. Also, doing anything to the spawning stone kind of scares him, so he votes no. Right? So that's a null between the two of them.
Okay. Who's all getting votes?
I assume Risk.
I assume these three, because none of the other bullywugs are here. None of the other new generation are here.
Lobotomy.
So
Lobotomy is like Plan C.
It's like Plan
Z.
Plan Z.
Z.
Yeah. W maybe.
Yeah, I think we could probably come up with a couple worse ideas.
That's a great idea.
Yes, Zach. All
it's
of
a
your
fucked up
ideas are
idea,
great.
is what it is.
You don't gotta kill anybody. Like I get to learn a new skill. I think it's a
You're
great
right.
idea.
You're right. Lobotomy is better than death.
There you go.
I mean, you got to think about it, right? What did the jars do? The jars rendered the mental state of them to a beast, right? And if we could just, it doesn't matter if they're immortal or not. If they're rendered mentally incapable of functioning.
So you're saying it becomes a feral beast that's unkillable.
The same thing.
So it's an unkillable feral beast rather than just a feral beast.
It depends on like how deep you lobotomize, right? Like, because if it's just like the Egyptian style where it's like supposed to be like a health thing that's supposed, you're supposed to be able to, still.
So it's no longer gonna hunt and die of starvation.
If we're talking about like induced vegetative state,
I'm gonna do it like they did in the '60s.
All right, let's move on to a new topic of conversation. How are you guys voting on this? There's no reason for Risk to vote, and he seems reticent to vote at this current point in time. There's no reason for Risk to vote if you guys have not voted yourselves, right? Because he would be a tiebreaker, basically, if you guys were 2-2.
Okay, so here's a question. Right now the Hydra's or whatever's possessing it is like compliant. What happens when we try and suck its soul out?
Repeat your question?
Right now, whatever's possessing the Hydra is compliant. Right? It's not running wild or killing anyone, and it says it'll still help us in the fight, right? I assume you relayed that.
Yep.
If you didn't, whatever, I'll retcon it. So what happens when we go in there and try and suck whatever that is out?
It either gets sucked
do
out
so
or does
like
not get
lie
sucked
and
out.
bullshit. Be like, hey, this is like this. We like to have this is one thing that we
got you a pot of patchouli to smell up your nest.
Okay, but if we're operating under the idea that whatever this is knows, what these are, right? It's like a soul or whatever that made it out.
Inevitably, it's not going to be happy about the situation. I get what you're getting at. Without a doubt, it will be unhappy with the situation.
Okay, and if we fail, everyone's okay with us killing the Hydra?
I don't know that we need to kill it.
Nope. No, I'm gonna throw that out there. I'm not willing to kill the Hydra. Like, if it comes to it, I will run. I will not kill the Hydra.
Same.
Okay, so we're gonna do another half measure. We're gonna leave it to kill all the bullywogs?
I think we're throwing, at this point, we're just throwing hypotheticals out. Like, yes, that is entirely a possible thing. I don't know that we know what's going to happen until we do it. So, We can sit here and worry about those hypotheticals nonstop and never do anything, which is the halfest of half measures, or try and do something and see what happens.
I just want everyone to be ready in case the most likely thing happens if we fail, which is we have to kill the Hydra.
Then let's not fail.
Okay.
All right. Culp, what do you know about exorcisms, if anything?
I don't. I can see spirits sometimes if my god is willing. That's why I was helping Matashtai at the temple, but it's not something I typically do.
Well, if like nothing is a fine answer. There's no wrong answer. No pressure. Just making sure that we know what all of our options are. Cool. All right.
I'm down to try it. Whatever. I'm pro action.
All right. I'll fuck it. I'm for it.
Vote for.
Let's do it.
Whatever. Let's do it.
All right.
Then there is no
Who's
reason
good?
for Risk to vote, so he does not.
I want to know though. All right,
Do
easy.
you try to get him
No,
to
there's no
weigh
point. I'm not gonna force his hand if he wants to, keep his hand close to his heart. I'm not gonna ask for it.
Okay.
All right, Izu, how did you get the fragment the last time?
As you're asking Izu, that she's staring at Risk, right? Just like a little. She's just staring at him, and she's got a look on her face, right? Because he didn't vote. And you ask her that, and she stays staring at him, and she says, "That's a good question. How did I get that shard last time, Risk?"
Oof. Oh no. Uh-oh.
And if I can, catch what's going on here, look, I don't fucking care about who's done what and who believes what. We just have a job to get done. Risk, if you could.
Risk
if
turns on his heel and walks away from all of you. To the center of the spawning pool, and he just jumps in.
Like, what are you giving him a hard time for?
So contentious.
Did Risk do something to upset you?
You're doing something to upset me.
Yeah, I figured. As I see it, there's nothing we can do to do right by you, so whatever. Be mad. Die mad.
You're also combative.
Just
I agree.
because
Izu, you just want to help your tribe and do everything you can to keep them safe. We also just want to keep your tribe safe. We're all on the same side. Let's all quit fighting.
you're on the same side this week.
Yes. Are you concerned we won't be next week?
Learned about a lot of things.
Well, that's fine. You are welcome to have your concerns.
So while
But you don't need to treat us like we're going to abandon you before we've done so.
You also don't need to treat me like I have to acquiesce to every single thing that you decide just because you're some all-powerful heroes.
We've been through this. I'm not going to change your mind, so we're just going to move on.
I'm less concerned about you.
What? Me? Who's she concerned about? She look at me?
You
She
look
didn't look
at
at
me.
anybody.
Right.
She
well,
looked at
while we're doing
Matashtai
that, I
because she
guess
was
I'm-
talking to Matashtai.
Oh, good.
It is about this time that Risk rises from the central pool. His right fist clenched, and he just walks over to all of you, stands next to Izu, holds out his hand, palm down. She just kind of like very casually opens up her palm, and he drops a tiny shard into it, and then he turns around and walks away.
I think there might be some subtext I'm maybe missing. That's okay. All right. Well, I think. Is there any reason to wait on this? We're gonna go. You want to come with to go get the jar and the candle?
Who are you talking to?
Yeah, okay.
mean, like,
Yes, I will come with.
yeah, I was gonna say,
will
I
also
assumed the
come
party
with.
was gonna go with you, but like,
All right.
Izu
going to
and
the
Culp
temple.
will go with you if you want them to go with you.
The invitation is offered.
Yeah,
they don't
sure.
have to, but I
They'll,
mean,
they'll go with
here
you.
I go.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Here I go. Here I go. Here I
All right.
go.
We don't need to teleport you guys over there unless something is gonna happen. But
No.
you trudge your way through the Slither Swamp to the Temple of the Vrealola. There are sentries posted outside. They hail you as you arrive, but they do not impede your process. You are free to go where you please. Here. And I mean, you're able to walk right up into the nave, to the now locked doors, which you can unlock.
Okay.
And then into the inner sanctum itself.
All right. I'll go ahead and walk up to the altar and see if I can't just retrieve the third jar.
So the altar itself, how it opens up, right? I mean, you can reach inside and pull out the jar.
How much of the altar is deconstructible or mobile? I assume most of it is affixed to the ground in...
Roll me an
That's
investigation
style.
check.
I'm going to go ahead and pop a Sork point, because that was garbage.
Sure.
That's what I like to see.
Hey, Flippy. Not many pieces of it are deconstructible. The thing is, though, you've gone through the ritual. You have worked with this altar before. You have a at least basic understanding of its inner workings. There's nothing really to lead you to believe that the altar in and of itself is important in this process. It's just a tool, right? It's a fancy tool used for fancy rituals in a fancy temple, like many fancy temples utilize,
Like
right?
every other mega church.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right? And in point of fact, it's probably got many other uses than this particular use, right? Like, if this altar was, here, it was probably used for many other things in the past as well. Especially indicative of the two, like, bloodletting pools, that type of scenario.
The other thing I'm looking for is a way to makeshift the transfusion of the wax, and I assume we're going to have some sort of blood involved, because I think that's potentially a component.
I'm really used to cutting myself.
Things you don't hear every day. Uh,
There doesn't seem to be like in between the
Fire?
wax, the candle, and the jar. There are a series of tubes, right? But there isn't like a chamber or anything like that where blood and wax seem to be mixing prior to them getting into the jar. And you've also checked the jars before. You do know that they are faintly magical, like they are prepared. You couldn't just do this with any jar. They are prepared for this purpose, so they have an inherent magic to them. That is
part of the creature whose soul we're about to.
yeah, but that is potentially like part of the design, though. Is that once the necessary ingredients are within the jar, the
Then the
magic
binding
takes over.
happens.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay. Then just making sure we grab the candle, the jar, and
Candle
So-
candle lifts right off of the altar. There's actually like a small spindle that the candle is seated on, so you kind of gotta twist it a little bit to like pull it up off, but it comes free without issue.
All right, so we have two ways to do this. We can either, I think, one option would be to like prep the shit ahead of time, get some blood in there, get the shard in there, and have the candle lit, and we walk into the room and basically try to do the ritual within the vicinity of the spirit.
Izu looks at you and she says, "I don't think you want to drop the shard in there until it's go time. The shard is a conduit. It will draw souls. So if you put the shard in there ahead of time, it's possible that it'll interact with the magic and do shit between here and there."
This is why I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Okay. Now here's my concern. I feel like we can maybe get away with like a ruse to the spirit, but since the spirit was here for the first time we did this, it's probably going to be aware of what we're doing when it sees us do it.
Izu kind of furrows her brow and she says, "What do you mean it was here the first time you were doing this?"
This is this one same group of spirits that were here the first time, right?
did we see the anathema during the burst of?
Okay.
Izu looks at you and she says, "Do we not think it possessed Culp when he was trying to help you?"
I think we were trying not to think that.
I was trying to make Colt feel good about it. Wasn't him?
You see Culp sweating again.
No,
just
no,
like
no,
Izu
no.
just goes right past that, and she's just like, "How else would it have gotten from where it was bound here to Zetlal?"
Blue.
Oh, ghost magic?
Is that like alien magic?
Culp is just
It's very much-
resigned, right? Like, whether Izu's correct or not, right? Like, Culp is convinced that this is all his fault now.
Damn it.
Absolutely convinced.
Well,
You didn't tell her not to
We didn't. You're right.
yep, that one's on me.
Yep. Correct.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. Any sort of conversation is gonna devolve quick because it's gonna wonder why the hell I'm there again.
All right. Well, if that's the case, do we want to like?
Run in and drop the shard in?
No.
Yeah, run in and just pop.
I was thinking a more like tactical scenario where like me and like I don't know Bones or Matt square off and keep the Hydra busy while everybody else does the ritual in the same room. Because I don't think there's gonna be.
Yeah, how about it?
There needs to be some kind of like.
Izu will say, she'll say, the ritual does take a moment, and she's looking at Ezrah while she's saying this, right? Like, you know, kind of confirming, right? It you may be right ashes in that you'll need to buy some time, but it shouldn't be much
How long
time.
y'all need?
Not, Ezra, how much time do we need? It didn't seem like it was long.
As soon as the stone hit, it was pretty quick, right?
Yeah, I mean, the most you could imagine, like, you had some, like, finishing words and then, like, the etching on the jar and everything like that, but the souls were in there.
Less than 30 seconds, I think.
Oh, yeah, easily, right? Like, probably less than 15 to 20 seconds. So, if we're talking, like, 2 to 3 rounds type scenario.
Question: did the blood do anything? Like,
Who are you asking that question
you
of?
Easy
Me?
thinks no.
did the blood do absolutely anything?
They don't know.
All right.
They don't know.
So to be safe,
Izu has her opinions, but she doesn't know.
well, to be safe, we're still gonna need a blood sacrifice of sorts.
I mean, that's easy enough to do right before we run in
Right.
there.
Well, it's just that I just wanted to bring attention to it.
Rituals are kind of my thing.
Okay.
Izu
right, well,
will actually say, if you need to, she'll turn to you, Ezra, right? And she'll say, if you need to help your allies, you can teach me what to say, what to do. I can do it. I just need to know how.
It should be quick enough that we can handle it. I'd rather keep you on reserves in case things spiral.
I support Izu learning the ritual.
Okay, I'll teach her the ritual.
I mean, it's not really even like a super teaching scenario. Like, it's very, very basic. It's just kind of reciting the words and the concept of what your intent and your design is, right?
What's a seal word? What's the word we're gonna use for the seal?
Oh yeah,
This
there's
was
also that, like the carving into the jar and the activation of the
Might be a good idea to-
command word, that whole scenario, right? So if you
Yeah,
wanna set that up
may or
ahead of
may
time.
not have been spending the half of this session trying to come up with something.
With the command
last-
word
Last one was
was very like off the cuff. Yeah.
Yep, and now it's like, well, fuck.
Do something like I don't know, something adjacent like void. I don't know.
That's actually been the number one thing that
Hey,
I'm
alright.
working with.
All right. Okay, so like it is not a difficult kind of like concept to walk Izu through what she will need to do to basically like run the ritual, right?
Mm-hmm. State the name, command word.
And she feels comfortable. She's ready. If you guys are.
Okay,
Right.
now I want
Culp
to stress this.
is not excited, but Culp will go with the flow with the popular opinion. He'll help as best he can in whatever situation he can help in.
Alright, so,
Zach goes devil mode.
Yeah, I saw that too.
What's devil mode?
You
Whatever
went
red light you had on your face.
Oh.
So we're gonna go back and we're gonna collect some kind of blood sacrifice one way or another, whether it be with the bullywugs or from ourselves. I don't care. And then we're gonna go in.
Okay, so just so I'm clear, we're hoping because the soul is just kind of puppeting Zetlal that it's gonna get sucked in. Okay, if that's the idea, let's do it.
That's the idea.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
In we go.
So you guys traverse back from the temple to the spawning pool, right? And when you arrive, Izu and Culp in tow, all of the necessary accoutrement for the ritual ready and available. When you arrive back at the spawning pool, you find Risk there, and accompanying him are Cass and Ask. And Risk doesn't say anything. Cass and Ask don't say anything either immediately, right? Like they're talking amongst themselves, and they kind of like whisper conversation back and forth to Izu and Culp as the three of them fall in behind you, apparently intent on assisting or protecting whoever they need to protect in this scenario, right? They're basically giving you all free reign to do whatever it is that you need to do. Okay? And you all march into Zetlal's chamber with a small cluster of bullywugs behind you. The Hydra.
Wait. I wanted, like, if this is what we're doing, right, it's fine, but the idea I had was we have the blood in the jar.
Yeah, any preparations that you need to have made prior, by all means, yeah.
Okay, so it is.
So prior to walking in there, you ride up or something like that and start bleeding in?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. I'll just anything to get, and I'll mentally like, ooh, the scourges are real pieces of shit.
Sarah Cath is the worst.
Yeah. I hate Sarah Cath. Sarah Cath was such a bitch. Sitting there and casting spells at us when we're just trying to have a conversation. What a bitch.
I've never known players to cast spells on NPCs during conversations.
Me either.
Do we
It's like there's a whole lot of those.
Do we
It's
call
like
the
there's a whole lot
players
of
such a
those kinds of
bitch
spells.
when that happens to them? Huh?
Look,
Yes,
man,
we do.
I'm just.
Oh, okay, okay.
Mental state.
I know, I'm fucking with you. Okay, so Ashes, how much you bleeding in, my man?
Shit, that's a great question.
Pick a number of HP you would like to bleed into this jar.
75.
I'll tell you what. I will roll my Hippocratic die.
Okay.
Thrice.
Rice, he says.
14.
So 14.
Okay, you like slash open your arm, and everyone around you is like, all of the bullywugs are like, holy shit, like. Izu's like holding the jar under, like, I don't think we needed that much, and like there's just like blood like just kind of like plopping out.
I'll like do some reps to get the blood flow going. Yeah, get it in there.
Jesus.
Is the Hemocraft really a D8?
It is now.
It is now, yeah.
It went up. I was like,
the
I thought it was
higher
always
level
just
he
like-
gets, the more it does, but the more it does
I
to
can up
him.
and really fuck myself up.
Yeah.
It's okay, you're a barbarian.
Sometimes it'd be that way. Okay, you prep the jar as much as you think you can, right? And then you head in to Zetlal's abode, seeking to challenge this
I'll
possessed creature. Are you wolfing out?
I'm wolfing out.
Okay.
Just mechanically, just for the resistances.
All right. You don't think her bites
Hello,
are
Zetwall.
considered magical bites?
I mean, I don't know. This is a precaution.
Well, it's an aggressive precaution.
Yes, it is an aggressive precaution, but I would rather her be angry and me have half damage versus me not, taking full damage and her being like, "Oh hey, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? Fight!"
Yeah, heaven forbid we get a little bit of time before she starts freaking out on the ritual.
I'm doing what I have to do to least likely to die.
All right.
Let's keep moving.
Okay. You walk in. You're not quiet, right? Zetlal sees you coming. The Hydra's heads turn. Many other heads begin to lift up out of the water. Who's taking point? What's happening? What is going on here?
Make sure that the ritual is immediately underway.
Once
What
they,
is
like, I
taking-
was walking
who
like,
is
hey,
taking
Zetlal,
point? What is
how
happening?
are you? I'll talk. Sure, why not? Fuck it. I walk in. I'm like, hey, Zetlal, how you doing? Just saw you a bit ago.
Okay. Roll me a deception check. Or a performance check, I guess. That would also be applicable in this situation. As
They're the
a
same
group
number,
of 5
so-
bullywug cluster over, or 4 bullywug cluster around a 5th one who is over there now lighting a candle and chanting.
Shit.
Right?
Do I have DM inspiration? I do not.
We brought you a candle. We thought
The
it smelled a little
Hydra
funky in here.
roars, and I need everyone to select their tokens and roll for initiative. That was the most half-assed, let's keep this a secret scenario in my lifetime. like there was no plan to be like, let's keep this on the DL. It was literally, let's march in with this jar and this candle and be like, can you hold on for just a minute while we just a second. We'll be right with you.
Look, I was banking on confusion.
Damn, you're right. Confusion.
Oh my god. Holy shit. The fucking fuck. Ay ay ay.
It's one of those half-cocked things we've ever done.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to stand around for 3 hours talking about what to do?
I'm just saying it's half-cocked.
All right. Well, I mean, you get one or the other. What do you want?
I'm allowed to call something half-cocked.
What do you?
and
I
still
know
be
that's
here
what you
for
want.
it.
What you want? What do you prefer? I thought we were going too slow previously. I thought, you take too long doing things. We doing things now.
First of all, I didn't say that, and second of all, I don't know what I wanted. I'm just saying this was half-cocked.
Alright. Mr. Half-Cocked. You
Do
are
not hurt her.
You are faster than a Hydra. What do you want to do?
I'm not saying a lot or not.
Oh, I don't know. Not her, I guess.
Okay.
Isn't
Are
that
you
what
just
we're doing?
presenting a wall? Would you want to take the dodge action? What is your plan?
I don't know. This is, like I said, this is extremely half-cocked.
Figure it out.
I want to run on the water like Matt.
Would you like to try?
I hop in the water and I raise my cloak.
Okay.
That's what I do.
All right. Fantastic. Matashtai or Bones jumps into the water, raises cloak, goes into water cat form. Matashtai, you're up.
I adopt a patient defense.
Okay.
And then I run around.
Run around.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Running.
Okay.
Just running. I'm just doing circles. I'm trying to be the Flash and make a whirlpool
Oh
around the
yeah.
Hydra.
Ashes, you're up.
I interpose as best I can between the frogs.
Now, for reiteration, because it's not
There's
up
deep
here
water.
anymore.
Yep.
Or in the
I-
water.
I
it
do not have a
is
swim speed.
Basically like that.
Yep.
Actually, I think it's a little more than that.
Well,
but
I mean, I don't have.
you're just
I-
hopping in the water and getting in front of the Hydra.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Gotcha.
I'll also. I really don't have. Yeah. I'll just take the defensive action.
Perfectly fine. Taking a dodge. All right. Hydra
God.
goes.
Wait, it goes before me?
Does it?
Yeah. No, it
You
doesn't.
sure did skip him.
I did skip
Absolutely.
you. Sorry, that's my bad. I skipped you and went to Ashes.
Shit.
Ezra, what are you doing?
Wow.
My bad.
Wow. I'm gonna shift away from the ritual.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hold the chill touch in case. Nope, never mind. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna take the dodge action.
Okay. I feel like I just watched Jake's life flash before his eyes momentarily. Oh shit. Okay. Zetlong. DC is 12. Because there is a little bit of initial confusion, but not that much. Yep. All of this is happening as the Hydra roars, right?
Mhm.
One of the heads snaps down at you, Ashes. But it's not trying to bite you, it's trying to grab you. It's trying to like snatch you up and out of the water. So I need you to make I need you to, well, here's the thing. You don't have a swim speed, but you have taken the dodge action in the water.
Even.
So, well, so it's basically the Hydra is making a grapple check, right? And we've got. Hold up. Let me look at underwater fighting real quick.
I mean, it already kind of breaks even because I think athletics is disadvantage in difficult terrain if you're.
Yeah,
I've
that's
never heard that
that's
rule
the
in my life.
part that I'm unsure about.
Athletics is disadvantage in difficult terrain.
No, for swimming, for
Oh.
aquatic, like you're fighting the current.
It's a
Yeah, I'm not
skill pool.
100% sure on the mechanics there, and I did not find it in a quick check. So what I'm going to say here is normally, right, Ashes, you would get advantage because of your lichen form, but you don't have a swim speed, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to me that you're going to be super capable of resisting in the water where you normally cannot maneuver. So I'm gonna say you're at normal versus her normal, right? So this is a grapple check versus strength v strength or strength v athletics for you, basically.
All right, normal athletics.
Yeah, that's fucking amazing. So probably unlikely. Yeah.
Nah.
That's one head. Go again.
You want to just use the 27 for all of
Nope.
them? Don't you laugh. All right.
That's two heads. Go again.
God damn, this is gonna
I
suck.
just imagine you just like catching the jaw each time.
Ha!
Almost like it has, like, six heads.
Ah!
And that was a really good road. That's three heads. Go
Wow.
again.
She
Oh,
was
Gary,
coming for you.
please. Ah! No, all right, that probably does it.
Yep,
Yeah,
that
that
is.
is.
The fourth
you're a
head,
little low.
that is crazy. Like, that is an insane amount of stuff. But the fourth head snatches you up out of the water finally. Right, I imagine almost like Herculean. You're holding one other head at bay, right, having fended off the two other heads. And then the fourth head comes and snatches you up out of the water. You're now grappled overhead, right? And the Hydra moves with you. Undo that. Provoking an attack of opportunity from Matashtai.
Somebody call IXII.
Sorry, say that one more time.
The Hydra is moving away from you. Matt.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Note, right?
There it
This
is.
is going to be one of those situations of if you take this attack of opportunity, you're basically stopping, which means you're going to drop.
Yep. Bop.
Bop, bop, bop. A 23 will hit.
Okay. I'm gonna attempt to stun it.
I was going to say, is that happening?
Of,
All right.
of course, you have to roll max damage. God.
15
Jesus
damage.
Christ, I beat the fuck out of it.
Wow.
And Constitution saving
DC
throw.
15. All right,
Makes
saves.
it.
Damn it.
All right.
However, I am a sentinel.
Okay.
Which I
Does
think
Sentinel
means if I
have
hit it, has a speed of 0.
does Sentinel have restrictions on movement? I think this is the problem that I have with Sentinel is because I think it's super busted that you can stop a massive
With an
creature.
opportunity attack. This is not an opportunity attack.
This is an opportunity attack.
Yeah, it is because he's moving away.
Oh, I thought it was your turn. Sorry.
No, this is an opportunity attack.
Yes. So that applies.
Yeah, I think this is the problem that I've had with Sentinel in the past is that it just doesn't make any sense to me how you can stop a huge creature that is walking away from you by hitting it in its flank.
Bro, you done took everything from him.
I'm
Let him
not
have
taking this away from him. I'm not taking this away from
You
him.
done
I'm
made him
complaining.
fall in the damn water.
I'm not taking this away from him. I'm gonna give it to him.
All the water.
I'm taking my moment to bitch that I think that is kind of dumb. But that being
Disagree.
said, huh?
In the damn water.
Did you just say disagree?
No, I said I don't disagree.
Okay, gotcha. And it's not like I think it's perfectly fine on like medium or large creatures or things like that. Anything that you're like a
size above
comparable
you.
size, but like
Yeah.
2 sizes above you, that just doesn't make any sense to me.
He hit him in the
Regardless,
damn
though,
knee.
we're gonna
Smack it in the haunch.
in the knee. You hit the Hydra in the knee. Okay.
I gave it the worst Charlie horse it's ever had.
Oh my goodness. All right. So with that scenario, the Hydra is unable to move closer, move in the direction that it wanted to move. So it's gonna do what it has to. First of all, I need to do that because that was incorrect. It's gonna take a grapple at Matashtai. So Matashtai, as you are plopping into the water, I need you to either roll in athletics or acrobatics.
Okay.
And you do have a swim speed, right?
I do.
Okay, so you're fine.
Acrobat.
27.
Damn,
That's
he
very
ac-
good.
An
22.
acrobat.
All right, you were able to stay away from the Hydra. Bones, you're up.
All right. As I am still on the surface of the water, I will reach my hand up like this and whip the storm boomerang at him. I will
Nice.
electrify the entire pit.
Jesus Christ.
Don't think it's gonna work like that, but you know,
Yeah!
yeah.
Roll the
Why don't
water
you use
die.
the gem of blinding?
All right, 25. That
Hey,
works.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't think about that. I was like, I'd like to stun it, maybe, within that one.
Okay, and
Forgot I had it.
is
Yeah,
not
you're
stunned.
stunned. Yeah, little bitch. Yeah.
We have Matashtai's list of stunned creatures and then Bones' list of stunned creatures.
I've been keeping a list. Also, I think it's like
Wait, how is it stunned with a 26?
It's not. He was
Hunted?
fucking
Oh.
around. He's
Okay, I was
being
like,
an asshole.
what?
He's not. He's not.
talking
Anything
shit.
else, Bones? Your boomerang, by the way, plops in the water. You're gonna have to go fish that out eventually.
I go fish it out.
Okay. You swim
Where'd it
over
flop?
there. Let's say you swim over here and fish it out.
I fish it.
Okay. Anything else for you?
Not yet. I have a trump card that I'm going to save.
Matashtai, you're up. You're
I
now in the water.
dolphin out of the water, and
Okay.
I run to this side.
All right.
And
I almost
adopt
feel like I
patient
should be
defense.
like dolphining is like getting up from prone or something like that, you know?
Negative.
Fine, I can still make it here.
I mean, yeah, you absolutely can. But I'm future-proofing myself right now, my man. That's what I'm doing.
Double the movement to Dolphin.
Fucking Christ! All right, you get over there. What's your plan? You see,
Just
see
adopt
and
a
hear
patient
ashes. Like 15 feet up in the air above you.
Oh, can I?
Yeah.
Can I? Yeah, I'm just gonna patient defense.
Okay. Ezra, you're up. You're muted. I think. Oh, nope. Maybe you weren't muted.
You hear me.
Oh,
You're
I
fine.
hear you. Okay, gotcha.
You were muted.
I was muted. Oh, okay.
You were muted. It's your fault.
Fine.
Doesn't work in Blotter. It's unfortunate.
I believe in a thing called Ezra.
Ezra is going to take the dodge action.
Okay. Ashes, what you doing?
What would it take to break free?
Athletics check.
To break free.
Just or an acrobatics check, like any other grapple.
Did you say? So
Athletics or acrobatics, one or the other.
all right, I will athletics. Now, is it still at disadvantage?
Nope,
or...
Absolutely not.
Okay, well, let me free.
You are more capable of flying around in the air than you are swimming in the water. Apparently, to my logic, that's how that works.
22.
Beats a 21. You like pull yourself out of the jaws of the Hydra and fall into the drink.
All right. Well, I mean that's in turn.
Okay.
That's my action.
Well, I mean, so I think. Well, yeah, I think breaking a grapple uses a full action. I think making a grapple uses just an attack out of an action.
So
right, cool.
I do not wish to use my bonus action and wish to end my turn.
Zetlal is annoyed and frustrated and tried to pick up all of you to get you the fuck out of the way. And that did not work. So Zetlal is going to move here, provokes an attack of opportunity from Bones.
We were only taking attacks to try and stun it, right? We're not trying to kill the sucker.
I am not trying to kill.
Very explicitly not trying to kill.
Okay, I don't take it then.
Okay, so that was 5 feet. It uses 10 feet to squeeze into this space. Ashes, that's an attack of opportunity from you.
Not taking it.
Another 10 feet as it's squeezing through, and then it will finally come out over here on this other side. That's basically another 10 feet. It will action dash here.
Hey, it's double movement to dolphin up the edge of that, Jeremy.
Not for a Hydra, it's not.
Nope, it's double movement. We've established dolphin is double
The
movement.
Hydra doesn't have to dolphin. The Hydra just goes climb, climb.
Yeah, climbing is double movement.
Not if you have a climb speed, technically.
Does he have a
I'm
climb
gonna need
speed?
you
Actually,
to
I
click
don't
the
know.
Hydra character sheet.
It's,
If he's got a climb
it's not
speed, I'll
enough.
concede the point.
I will not fight the point because I don't care. The Hydra is able to make it here, utilizing its action to dash, but that is as far as it can get. And I mean, the intent is clear, right? Like, the Hydra's not going for you guys. The Hydra's going for the ritual. The Hydra is intent on getting to the ritual. Bones, you're up.
Blind some heads so it can't snap up people.
I'm gonna blind
I mean,
all
that's
of them,
not,
too.
like full
And all
disclosure.
of you.
I'm planning to run pretty much in the middle of them and.
Oh, it's not like a targeted blind?
For one head.
No. I got it. I'm just gonna jump in the middle of them and cast darkness. Well, they won't be able to see to do the ritual, though. Maybe I shouldn't do that.
Yeah, maybe don't do that.
Maybe you should
we go.
totally do that.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
No. Do that. Do that.
Blind one head at least.
That's
This
fine.
is one head.
Yeah, there's a reason I didn't fog cloud immediately.
Right.
Mitch, did you feel like the real Zetlaw had any control at all, or any way to affect it at all? And you were talking?
I have no idea. I did not get the idea that Zetlal was in any control when I was having a conversation. It seemed like a completely different person.
So threatening the egg probably wouldn't do anything. Okay, I guess I'll dolphin up over here. 5, 10, 15, 20. And I'll...
You didn't dolphin anything.
I dolphined up out. I said...
That's not dolphining. Matashtai's specific dolphin scenario is moving and then running on top of water. That's his dolphin situation. No one else has to pay the penalty for just swimming through the water and stepping onto land.
Dolphin.
Anyways.
He just wants the dolphin, Jeremy.
Alright, fine.
Yeah, why
Bones
can't you just
dolphins
let me
on
have
over. Are you
Thank you.
doing anything?
I mean, yes, hold on. I have to read this.
Okay.
75 words in this damn item.
75 words. That's actually not that many words on a single item. That's a light amount of words. I mean, I don't know that it's tiny. It's not like a +1 sword tiny, but it's not like, the apparatus of Qualish or something like that, Like,
Whatever. I said, oh, super light. That's the third command word of the Gem of Brightness, because I made it up.
Okay.
And try and blind everything in a 30-foot cone.
Oh.
God damn it.
All right. Okay. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay.
It'll do. Maybe one of them will get blind. 26. It's I believe a Constitution saving throw. DC 15.
Definitely not
Okay.
immune to blind.
26. It is
I don't know
not.
if it's not.
It is not
That's
immune to
nice.
blind. What's the saving throw?
Constitution save. DC 15.
DC 15. It is not immune, but it does have advantage against being blinded. So,
Solid. Of course
that's a failure. That's a failure on one head.
God damn it!
I mean,
Try.
this is why I used the cone, because I was
Right?
like,
That is a failure on one head.
Okay, does it have it? Here's my question. Okay,
Jesus.
look, no. Listen. This makes sense. This is gonna make sense. Okay. I would argue that a Hydra has advantage on being blinded because it has many heads. However, I'm affecting all of the heads at once.
Alright, I will say, we will roll neutral for each head.
More than acceptable.
Okay. So the first head is still a failure for blind. The second head is a save.
Yes.
Third head,
Yeah. fuck
second
off.
failure. All right.
Yeah.
2 heads blinded.
Already super effective.
Fourth is not affected.
More effective than not.
Dude.
Wow.
That's
Did it.
3 blind heads.
That is 3 blind heads.
3 blind. heads.
Wow. All right. Okay. Fucking fantastic. At the end of your turn?
You get one more, don't you?
Doesn't it have 6
Six.
heads?
No, it has 5 heads.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it has 5
Yeah.
heads.
Okay, then I
For
will
now.
move right here to be in front of people.
Okay. The Hydra roars its frustration at being blinded. Matashtai, you're up.
I move over here, and I'm gonna try and bop the non-blinded heads.
Okay. Are you
Do you see my heads
specifically
have
I
bopping?
don't know how this actually works. If
Are
I'm
you
trying to stun the thing,
specifically-
am I stunning the whole creature or am I stunning a head?
Damn it! I've lit Zach in the door, and now I will.
That's a good question. though.
How do I want to play this? I will say the individual head has less constitution than the entire Hydra, so if you're trying to stun an individual head, I will give it disadvantage on its saving throw. You still have to hit it, though.
But if I target the whole creature,
It's just
it
normal.
gets a normal roll.
Yeah, it's just normal. So
But
it has
stuns all dead.
it has a plus 11, though.
11? Oh my god.
So, like, your chance of getting the stun on the creature is fairly low.
Okay, fuck it, I'm gonna go for the whole creature though.
Okay,
just
let's
in
do it.
case. As a heads up, I just want to be super clear. Nowhere close to killing it, but I want to clarify: all damage is non-lethal. I'm just bopping.
Oh, yeah? You sure?
He's just
Yes.
trying to stop its heart with a stun.
Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. So, yeah, this is one of the five-finger death punch scenario, right?
Yeah. All right, so
Unoki Wami.
here's the question: is kind of blinded, which gives advantage against attacks.
Except it has some heads that are unblinded, so no,
Okay.
not in this particular situation.
All right.
I think you should get a +3 because 3 heads are blinded.
I'll give you a +2.
21.
I mean,
I think that's
its
awesome.
AC is 15, so you were basically guaranteed to hit it almost
Okay.
every single hit anyways.
All right, stun one. Roll that
Not
con
a
save.
not a hard creature to hit. All right, stun time. Here we go. You're stunning the whole creature. All right.
Yep.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
I'm banking on
Oh.
you rolling another crit fail.
Well,
It pretty much has to be that.
I did forget this last time, but it actually does have advantage on being stunned as well because of the multiple heads.
Well, fine.
So, you know.
I think it should have a -3.
Okay.
3 of them are blinded.
-3 hit. -3 to the advantage roll.
Okay,
Still
that one
got
succeeds. Bop 2. Stun.
it. Okay. You note, while you are kind of like smacking into this thing, while you are kind of pulling your punches, it's also just not taking as much damage as you might think it would. Like,
Okay, that's
its
good.
hide is unnaturally thick to the point to where it's just automatically reducing your overall damage.
It's Culp
That's
around.
fine. All right.
Oh yeah, Culp's
Yeah,
back
bro.
there. Yeah, absolutely.
What?
Another stun. -3. Yep, nope, you're still no.
A 30.
Okay, if I focus actual heads, does it not get the advantage?
I will give it neutral if you focus an individual head.
All right, I'm gonna bop a non-blinded head.
All right.
Ooh, but a miss.
That's a miss, yeah.
Again.
Okay, yeah, that'll hit. All right.
how many
stun.
attacks? How many motherfucking attacks do you get? What the heck? How do you get 4 attacks?
He gets 37 attacks, don't you know?
Flurry of blows.
Oh, I didn't know you were flurry of blowing.
Yeah, he blowing.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if you stun
I'm
this head.
blowing.
You do not stun that head.
I do not stun the head. All right, well, it is what it is.
The Hydra is unstunnable.
But very
Actually, hold
blindable.
on. But before I do my turn, where was I? I was right here.
Yeah, you were over there.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. All right, I'm going to move back to here.
Like,
You
okay.
think that's wise?
I
I'll move
do.
into place. I'll take his
Right.
place.
Ezra, you're up. The shit is going crazy. Like, the chanting is getting higher and higher. 3 of the heads are blinded and just whipping around, roaring. Matashtai is kind of like running half up the creature, half off the creature. Ashes is still in the fucking water.
I'm fixing it.
Wait, telekinesis the Hydra to the other side.
Ooh, there you go.
Do that.
We believe in
Definitely
you.
do that.
Let me just pull out this telekinesis spell that I totally have in my spell list.
Look,
I
I,
mean,
don't
you
know
should
what
have
you
it.
do and do not have. So you probably have it.
Probably.
I believe in you, Ezra.
The next one of us.
Telekinesis this bitch.
Which frog person is Izu casting the enchantment?
She is the one in the center bottom. I will put a dot on her.
Yeah, sure. Fuck it. Why not? Seeing this Hydra rampaging towards the ritual, I am going to begin casting as I am rushing towards Izu. As I tempestuous magic, I tap her and turn her invisible.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. All right.
you
Cool.
cast
Cool.
her,
And then
and
you back
my
the
turn.
classic Ezra moves away.
I mean, I may have Warcaster now, but
Oh,
5 heads
shit.
is a lot of heads coming at me.
All right, Ashes, you're up.
I swim the 10 feet to get out of the water, and I'll squeeze through here if
Okay.
that is allowed.
It's difficult terrain. But thanks, Mitch. It's difficult terrain to move through allies. But I think you have enough movement, so you're fine.
I hate that so much.
I'll not even bring it up with all his movement. It's irrelevant. All right.
No, I'm just throwing it out there because Mitch has introduced that into my life after 7 or 8 years of playing 5e. So now it's canon. Now I have to use it all the time.
No.
Yep. Nope. It is. As long as I can remember it, it exists.
Okay. And I
What you doing, fam?
will once again take the dodge action
Okay.
and stand my ground.
All right.
Where are you? Are you and me?
Yeah, I'm
No, he's to the southeast of
right
me.
here.
Oh, you were
Okay.
inside of a bullywog for me.
Oh, weird. No. I should be there now.
Yeah.
All right. This is the statistics here do not match, so this is at a +4. This is an intelligence check.
Pretty high.
Yeah,
he's smart.
that is enough. The being that has possessed Zetlal is an intelligent creature, and it may not be able to see Izu, but it can hear Izu, and it understands how the ritual functions. So it is still going to do its best to try to get the conductor of the ritual.
All right. Before you progress, Jeremy, I would like to use my reaction and blood curse the eyeless, and I would like to amplify it.
She's immune. She's invisible, so does that?
No, it doesn't give disadvantage. It reduces every
The
attack
number?
by a D8.
Oh shit! God damn.
By a number.
It used to be. That's if I amplify it though, which I'm going to do.
Yes.
So, here's my amplification. So I take 6 blood damage. to myself.
Have you used a blood curse today, or since
I
you
have
last?
not. I was
What?
going to use them in the fight with.
Right, and then you
but
decided
didn't-
not to.
Sakali, yep.
I still have 2. I just used one of my 2 blood maledites.
Roll me a roll me a wisdom check, DC 13. Just straight
Okay.
wisdom, not a saving throw. Just
Yep.
straight wisdom.
Great normal wisdom, 12.
Yeah, too hectic. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Blood curse. Great. Fantastic.
Here I'll put it up.
Zetlal has
Zach Ball.
mass disadvantage and use okay. Do you roll for each one?
That's the way I've been playing it. You amplify this curse to all of the creature's attack rolls until the end of the turn. You roll a new die for each affected attack.
It doesn't matter. Because you guys are not the only individuals on the field at the moment. The creature tries to muscle its way in to Izu, right? To get to Izu. And as it does, you see the serpentine head streaking out over the top of your heads, ashes and bones, right? But Ask, Cask, and Risk literally throw themselves into the way of the heads rather than risk them reaching Izu. Just bodily throw themselves into the heads. So this combination of like half-blinded, invisible targets, like eyes bleeding black as it's just lashing out, hitting frog bodies that are just like leaping up into heads, like leaping into Hydra mouths, right? And Risk, Cass, and Ask are getting banged up in response to this. But the combination of all of these different layers of defense prevent the possessed Zetlal from reaching Izu.
Yeah, fuck you, possess that puppet mask.
And there's a flash of blinding blue light as Izu drops the spawning stone into the jar. And in that blinding blue light, you once again see you see, like you did in the temple, right? Like the apparition take form, and it is massive. It is a I was gonna say, it is a huge creature up over the body of Zetlal, and its arms are kind of clutched around the chest of the Hydra, and you see, actually you don't see, because Izu is invisible, so you can't actually see the her or the jar itself, but you just see the blue beam kind of like pulsing out from it, and you see this spirit is being pulled off of Zetlal and into the jar. And there's this kind of like wind shear, kind of like piercing sound in your ears, right? And then the spirit's gone, and the light is gone, and you hear Izu shout some words, and then everything's over. And in the immediate aftermath, Zetlal, the Hydra, wobbles and kind of like kneels down, half of her body kind of like sinking back into the pool. And that's it. You have liberated.
Is it dead? Is it all dead?
No, she's fine. She seems very confused, and she's blinded,
What?
and her eyes are dripping black, and but she's not flailing anymore. She's not lashing out. She seems cognizant, right? But she also seems just exhausted by what has happened. So she just, like, her bulk just like slides back into the water partially. And
I'd
calm for a moment.
like to real quick, speaking to her mind, say, I'm gonna touch you and heal you real quick, okay?
You hear back in your mind, you hear, please.
Okay. Then I kind of rest a hand on her hide and then use the rest of the key
Heal.
I've got to heal her.
You kick a frog
Heal.
that's kind of like swimming by so you can heal her multiple times.
Yep.
Thumper.
Wow, that's
Well, so I can heal without
I know,
beating
I'm
something to
fucking
death.
around. I'm joking. It's just fun.
Bop, bop, bop,
Bop, bop, bop.
bop.
My God.
That's all the
a lot of
that's all the
bombs.
key points.
That's a
That's
lot
all
of
the key
bops.
points I had.
How much
It's
is
okay.
that?
He gets those back in an hour.
10, 15,
Yep.
25, 29. Yeah,
I don't
she
think
is.
so anymore. We did 2 short rests today, didn't we?
She is almost healed. I
don't know,
believe
actually.
you guys have done 2 short rests. You've done at least 1 short rest. I don't know if you've done 2. So you know.
I think we did 2.
Regardless, though,
It's about time for a long rest
Not
anyway.
out of hit dice.
kind of starting to get to that point. In the immediate aftermath of this, right? Zetlal no longer possessed. You all not really harmed, right? The blindness fades from Zetlal. The curse of the eyeless fades from her.
Izu becomes
Izu
invisible
becomes
in 30
visible,
seconds or
yeah.
whatever.
And she holds in her hands a sealed container with Sarah Kath's name scrawled upon it. And Ezra, you were close enough to hear her mutter the keyword that you gave her.
In common, right? It wasn't in like bullywug.
You didn't specify. No.
Oh, we better learn how to pronounce void
Right.
and bullywug.
Oh my god, we gotta take a week's downtime to learn Bullywog.
And
Or just that word,
so
sorry.
far as you are aware, it seems like you have succeeded on preparing a second soul jar.
Hell yeah.
And save Zetlal at the same time.
And save Zetlal at the same time. So,
A problem we probably created by making the first soul jar.
No,
Yeah.
I think the possession happened when he went into the spirit plane or whatever.
Oh. Yeah.
He's just an old man, Jake. Cut him some slack. God.
He's not a man.
He's
First
an
and
old
foremost.
man.
oof.
Frog.
Called out. So, in the immediate aftermath, right? Risk, Cass, and Ask are minorly wounded, right? Culp begins to tend to their wounds. And Izu hands over the soul jar to whoever would like to take it, as well as the components if the party wants to take control of those. Otherwise, they will be returned to the temple as soon as possible. And
Who does it make sense to have the jar?
It's a good-
Does it make sense for me to have both?
I'll take one.
Okay. You
You
have
want
the.
Yakuza or
Well, I'm keeping Excrutha because that bitch slapped me.
alright.
I'll take this one. I don't care.
Sarah
So
yours.
Sarah Kath, and the keyword is void.
Theracath Soul Jar dash void.
Yep.
Done. It is added.
As she hands those over, I'll look at Izu and I'll be like, we might not see eye to eye, but thank you. You did good.
she looks at you and she says, "Yeah, you did okay."
Where I'll nod and go to tending myself.
Licking your wounds.
Well, I mean,
Literally.
I've got a fetish that's going to take care of that.
Yeah,
for
I
me.
mean, in a matter of moments, right? Like, and in point of fact, The new generation sees this happen, right? Because no one saw it happen last time because it happened before you guys got back. But the new generation watches your wounds just heal themselves almost miraculously, right? And there's clear curiosity there. Everyone gains 350 experience for exercising Zetlal.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a nice,
350.
nice little chunk of experience.
Yeah, it's not like a super massive you defeated a boss of the level experience, but it's a small quest. A small quest that you guys might never have found.
That should be 10.
I'm glad we found that one.
Yeah.
So,
Oh man, that would have been a unfortunate one to let slide.
Yep.
So, in the immediate aftermath, right? The jar secured. The new generation begins to tend Zetlal, right? Culp takes that scenario over, and you all are freed, right? Now, potentially in more ways than one, because the Blacktongue tribe makes ready for war. Zetlal is of her own mind and free will once again. And the thing that has plagued you for such a long time now, the idea of having to potentially sacrifice a newfound ally is seemingly off the table as you add a second prepared soul jar to your arsenal. And now the only thing that waits for your clash against the Sethian Scourges is time. Time which you're out next week, right, Zach?
Yeah.
Okay, so we will talk about that in the future. But that is going to be it for this session of Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Thanks for staying along for me, by the way, guys. I appreciate it. We had some stuff to kind of finish up there. But that's going to be the end of the session. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.